Hello everyone, welcome to my YouTube channel where we focus on self-improvement, productivity, growth mindset, personal development and lots more, you name it, and where we also take it one tip at a time. Okay, so on today's episode, I'll be talking on something quite simple, that is having better morning routine, staying productive and overcoming procrastination. So number one under having a better morning routine is to wake up early. Yes, you heard me right, wake up early. Some of you may already have routines of waking up by 5 a.m, 6 a.m, which is actually wonderful. But once you wake up by 4:30, maybe your time is already 5 a.m, and you decide to take it a step further and wake up every day by 4:30, or even if it's not every day, but as often as possible by 4:30, 4 a.m, you can actually achieve a lot more than you think you can. It will go a long way for you. That time you can use it to stretch, you can use it to think, you can use it to meditate, you can even use it to do a particular job that maybe you have not had time to finish up. You can use it and do that, and it's important you do so. Number two under this point, it is to move your body. Exercise doesn't have to be hardcore, it doesn't have to be liftings or doing those tough exercises. You stretch, you jog, you take a walk, 30 minutes walk. It doesn't have to be 2 hours, just 30 minutes is very fine. Like for me, one of my resolutions this year was to go to the gym. Yes, to hit the gym and to keep fit. It's not just saying, okay, I want to eat healthy. It's good that you exercise so that everything can be balanced. You eat healthy, you keep fit. There's something they call endorphins in the brain. It will just keep you very energetic the whole day, excited. You should try it out and you will definitely enjoy it. Number three under having a better morning routine is to plan your day. Many people just plan their work day like, okay, I'll go to the office by 8 a.m, I will attend to this mail by 8:30, I will visit this client by 9 a.m. They don't plan their personal lives like, okay, wake up by 4:30, read my Bible, study a book, just go through something personal, journal, just anything that will develop them, even if it's a 30-minute course before stepping out, or jog or something. They feel all those things, there's no need now, it's just to plan my work day. Meanwhile, that's actually not correct. It's good that you plan your work, it's very important, but it's also important to plan your personal life. Even something as simple as wash your clothes, you can include it in your list of things you need to do that particular day. It may not be in the morning before going to work, it can be the evening when you're back. So you can say something, for example, like I said earlier, 4:30, wake up, you read your Bible, you pray, you can pick up a book, study for 30 minutes, because I've said in my previous video, it's important that you read to keep your mind busy. You can pick up a book, read a page, read 2 pages, read a chapter, depending on the size of the book. You can say, okay, from then I jog 30 minutes. This is your morning routine before you even step out for the day. All these things, you have written them down. That's why I talk about using a planner, either a digital planner or you write it down on your book, but you write it down. And it's important that when you're writing what you need to do, how you plan your day, plan it based on priorities. That's why you're seeing me say, you wake up, you read your Bible, you study a book, you jog for 30 minutes, you can come back, you can decide to journal, you can decide to say, okay, have my bath, you can decide to just whatever it is that works for you. But it's important that you don't just plan your work life, you also plan your personal life. And when you've done all this, you cannot include your work plans, which is go to work by 8, attend to this client by 9. All these things are based on priorities, and you're not just writing it out, go to work, brush my teeth, sweep, clean my house. No, not like that. You are putting it based on priorities. And the final point under this is to have a gratitude journal. It's important you write down things you are grateful for, the things that happened the previous day. You write it down, you take time, you reflect, you breathe. All these things are very important to do in the morning, because that morning everywhere is still cool, everywhere is calm, there are no noises, you're not hearing horns of cars and a lot of distractions here and there. It's just you and your mind just thinking. So you can use this time to reflect, write down things, and just write down what you also expect for the new day that you have just stepped into. Your mornings don't need to be perfect. You may not get all this immediately, but it just takes one tip at a time, one step at a time, just being consistent at the small things you're doing, because they will definitely make the big difference. So my next main point is use productivity hacks. Productivity hacks are very important. I will just name a few under this. And number one is to use time blocking. Time blocking is divide your day into chunks. What do you need to do from 9 to 11 a.m. without any distractions? You need to focus on it and ensure that you finish it before jumping into the next task, so that you don't get confused, you don't get a lot of distractions here and there, because you are doing too many things at the same time, which can be energy consuming. Once you can set your mind to say, okay, from 9 to 11, I want to focus on this client, I want to focus on this business, on this deal, on this job, and you focus your mindset there, you focus your time, you make sure you finish it and finish it well. So number two under using productivity hacks, it's for you to use the 2 minutes rule. 2 minutes rule just means if it takes less than 2 minutes, do it immediately. Just do it, don't procrastinate it. It may be just to pen down your signature on something. Some people be like, bring it tomorrow, and all those things delay. It can delay and drag on for days without even you knowing. So if it takes less than 2 minutes, do it. If it's to even reply that email quickly, do it. Whatever it is that takes less than 2 minutes, that will not take your time, just quickly do it. Number three is to batch tasks. Yes, batch your tasks. It could be while on transit, you can be listening to a podcast. Even in the gym, you can be listening to a podcast. Even at work, when you need to make calls, make all the calls together, batch them and make them all together. So you don't make calls by 8 a.m., come back, make calls by 9 a.m., come back, make calls by 1 p.m. So as much as possible, and if it works for you, batch them all together, focus your time and finish it and get it done. Number 4, it's important to use tools. Use digital planner tools. I said earlier, you can use pen as well, but digital planner tools, they give you like notifications after you've planned your day and you've written out all the things you need to do. You can input them in tools like Google Calendar, there's Notion, there's Trello, there's Asana, there's ClickUp. It depends on which one works for you, which one is your best, because they practically do the same thing. So you put in all your actions for that day, and then when it's time for all this action, they send you a notification either through mail, or you just see the notification pop up on your phone, and then you're reminded that okay, you need to focus on this particular task. But before you step into that task, ensure that you are rounding up with whatever it is you are doing previously, so that you don't go back to it again and delay your time even more. The thing is, productivity isn't about doing more, it's about doing what matters efficiently. And on our final and major point, it's for you to beat procrastination like a pro. And for all procrastinators in the house, myself included, because there are times that it takes a lot of mind, like I can do it, to stand up and do it, but it also takes determination. So let's talk about how to stop putting things off. Number 1, understand why you procrastinate. Why do you actually procrastinate? Is it because you're overwhelmed? Is it for fear of failure, or not just wanting to start? It's important to recognize why you procrastinate. That's the first step. Take me for example. I know how long I said I wanted to start a YouTube channel, and I was just putting it off, dragging my feet, delaying, and here I am today, finally putting out content. Number 2, under how to beat procrastination, break it down. Big tasks can sometimes be really scary, so break it down into smaller actionable steps. Instead of saying something like write a report, you can say something like outline a report, because when you say outline a report, you need to do it most likely with a bullet point or maybe numberings, and that makes it easier. Doesn't it sound simpler? So it's important that you do something like that so that you don't feel overwhelmed. Number 3, reward yourself. It's important you do so. After every task you've completed, you can decide to reward yourself with something as simple as even a popcorn, a biscuit, a sweet, something nice, but in a very moderate way. Not in excess or too much, just very moderate. Because when you do this, it keeps you motivated. You look forward to that little thing that you reward yourself. And number 4, which is our final point, eliminate distractions. Put your phone on do not disturb. As long as there's no pressing message or pressing calls, emphasis on pressing and important. If it's not pressing, if it's not important, if it's something that you can always return later, that call, that text, that chat, that email, if it's something you can return later, you can always put it aside and then focus on what you're doing. Focus on the task, because focus is everything. Finally, procrastination doesn't mean you're lazy. It's just a sign that you need a better system. Well, that's why I'm here, because we're going to take it one tip at a time. So there you have it, a strong morning routine to kick things off, productivity hacks to stay on track, and simple steps on how to beat procrastination. You know, to be honest, it's not about being perfect, it's just about progress. It's just about taking it one tip at a time, one step at a time, till you achieve your desired results. So which of these tips are you excited to try? Please let me know in the comment section. And don't forget to hit the like button, the subscribe button, and share this video to others. Thank you for stopping by.